Well, hello. I have returned from the Shadow Realm. It's been actual eternal purgatory for the past, I think, week now. It's been a non-stop disaster. So let's just kind of like break down what's been going on, because I'm sure everyone has a million questions as to what the fuck. All right, so first things first. I get back from Boston. Okay, it was a fun trip. It was great. Met Guido, met Choice, a couple other people. It was really fun. Had a cool conversation with literally Jae-hee Kim. It was fucking phenomenal. Had brunch with the devs. It was great. The podcast is coming Friday. I do not know the time. I want to say it's going to be sometime in the afternoon Eastern time, like 3 o'clock maybe. We have a special guest coming through. Y'all know him. You love him. Maybe. But they will be coming through. So get a little hype, get a little excited, because it's hopefully going to be fun if he stops being a boomer and actually replies to fucking Discord messages. Like, for God's sakes, all right? You're a streamer. I'm going to need you to not work on boomer hours. Anyway, aside from that, here's what happened. Got back from Boston. It was super late. It was like fucking 11 o'clock at night. It was AIDS. I was not having fun. Ankles were hurting. Fucking Boston is literally like the Ukraine, bro. I swear to God, there's just potholes everywhere. Like grenades and RPGs and mortar shells just went off every fucking where. I swear to God, I'm surprised my ankle did not break. You can ask Guido this at any time during the streams. How many times did Squid trip in Boston? And he will tell you 70. Shit is dust. It was ass. So aside from that, got back from Boston. It was super late. I had to rest because I was not going to drive back, super fucking tired. It was just not, that shit was not happening, bro. So I get back, my grandma's car, literally, as I get home, she tells me her alternator broken. I'm like, huh. She said it exactly like that, like caveman style. Alternator broken. That usually means I need money. That's about $865 out of my pocket. And I just got done spending about $1,500 in Boston. I spent about $1,000 in the hotel. Granted that's being, handled, but I still out $500 of that hotel, about $600 actually of that hotel visit. And then I spent probably around another $600-700 while I was there. Bought some shoes, went out to eat a lot, walked around, did a bunch of cool stuff. It was really fun. So after spending about $1,100 to $1,500 in Boston, I get home and I have to spend $865 just to fix an alternator. So on the bright side, that's good. She can still get around. She can drive. Poggers. Yeah. Anyway, moving on past that, my dumbass is like, hey, yo, Brody, you just kind of got back from Boston and you should kind of buy a new PC. So I'm sitting here. I'm like, okay, that sounds like a good idea. Maybe you right. Stop laughing at me. So I buy a new PC. It's like $1,300. It's decent. It's okay. This is where everything falls into the toilet. I buy this PC, okay? And ever since I got it, it has been nothing but a curse. One, I got the PC and it was nice and everything. It was cool. It was chilling, but I loaded it up and plugged everything in. It was great. I noticed that the back fan was not spinning for some godforsaken reason. And as I, tearing this thing apart, and mind you, I know nothing about PCs. I bought a pre-built for a reason, so I don't have to do shit. So after buying that and then realizing that one of the fans isn't working, I'm like, it's bothering me. I at first I let it sit and I just said, fuck it. I'm not even gonna mess with it. I'm just gonna fuck it. Who cares? I don't give a shit. As I'm looking at it and I'm just like, this is probably going to like help my temperatures. I should probably get this sorted out. I remove the glass panel and then I go into, trying to sort this out, and I realized it's not fucking plugged in. At first I thought it was faulty, and I was like, well, maybe I'll have to get a replacement. I'll have to talk to, CyberPower and just be like, hey, yo, fuck's going on here? These motherfuckers literally forgot to plug that shit in. And to add insult to injury, that shit for the little like PCI port or whatever it's called, like the little like 3-pin connector, it is where the fan is like installed, and there's 2 fans. There's like the intake, outtake, whatever. And then it's both of those fans are sitting right on top of the pin connector. And I'm sitting here like, there's no shot you forgot to plug this in. How the hell do you install the fan and forget to plug this in? And then you also don't subsequently install it in a spot that would make any sense and make this easier on me. You put it in a spot where I have to physically do shit. That was egregious. And I'm pissed. I will probably never buy from CyberPower again. I'm not going to hold you. I will never buy from them again, because the fact that I bought a pre-built so I didn't have to do anything and I ended up having to do a lot is a bit ridiculous. I'm thankful for the experience because now I know how to at least uninstall and reinstall fans, so that's nice. But in the process, I didn't want to unplug anything else, like the CPU cooler or the graphics card. I was too afraid that I would mess something up, so I did it the hard way and just unplugged the fans and just tried to, hornswoggle my way in there. This is a weird motion. So anyway, I'm trying to just basically dig in there and just plug in the 3-pin connector, and I finally did it. But in the process, I somehow, unplugged the graphics card any fucking way. So then I had to start Googling how the fuck to remove a 3060 from this motherboard, and I don't even know what the motherboard was called. I had to get a magnifying glass and shit looking like, what is this thing called? And finally, I found something about it and I was able to uninstall it and successfully reinstall it, or else this shit was getting sent the fuck back, which would have been absolutely fucking, oh god, that would have been horrible. Anyway, so I get the fans fixed, I plug in that, and then I get the graphics card working again. We're chilling, we're good. Now, we get to one of the main issues on why I haven't been uploading a whole lot, aside from, pure laziness and busy. There's been an issue with my recordings. OBS and Streamlabs both have horrible delay for audio for some godforsaken reason. And no, just because I'm recording this doesn't mean it's fixed, because it's not. I've been working up on this ever since I don't know when. It's been months now that I've been working on this. Here's a screenshot of what it looks like in an editing software. And essentially, I record on 3 tracks. I've got the mic on the first track, the Elgato on the second track, and then desktop audio, which is Discord, Spotify, stuff like that, on the third track. And for some reason, the two and 3 tracks are shorter than my mic track and the actual video recording. There is nothing on this issue. There is zero. I even went into the OBS Discord and asked about hey, is there any kind of issue with this, or is there any assistance? I got zero response. Great Discord, by the way. Thank you for having a million support tabs and not a single one of you gave a fuck to support, so I love it. So I'm still dealing with that issue pretty heavily. It's very annoying and not fun, but I'm hoping that at some point I can figure it out why that's going on, because if I can fix that, we're cooking again, boys. We're cooking. I'm gonna cook you though. You keep fucking up. So after getting the PC plugged in and everything was working, this is where the big shit happened. All right, and by the big shit, I'm not talking about the actual giga shit. I'm talking just the bigger shit. The PC's good. It's running. It's actually, the fan's working. It's chill. So I realize I need to move my files from my old PC into this. So I grabbed this shit, which is just a portable SSD. And what happened was, this thing boot looped my fucking PC for about 4 hours before I realized this was the issue. All of my important files and shit, I pre-moved onto this. So that way for making videos and stuff, I have cause I was already working on some projects, I moved them onto this SSD. So that way I could just easy transfer, cause it's a USB. You just plug it in and then you just, move them. It's like a USB, whatever. So it's very simple. So I did not realize that having this while plugged in and trying to reboot your PC would cause boot looping. I don't even know if that's a normal thing, but it was happening to me. I don't know why it would be an issue, because I have a 1 terabyte hard drive in the new PC, as well as an NVMe 500 SSD. So I don't see why having secondary hard drives or as solid drives, whatever, would make a difference. I don't get it. I know this was the issue because the moment I unplugged it, I had no more issues at all. It was fine. It booted up properly. And I even tested it. I replugged it back in and restarted it, and I was able to recreate the issue all over again at least 3 times. I know because I didn't realize the issue was happening, and I ended up doing this about 15 times before realizing this was the problem. This went on for 4 hours, and the reason being is because I kept resetting my PC in terms of factory resetting it, so that way maybe I was well, maybe I fucked something up in the files, or I don't know what I did. And thinking that would fix the issue. So I did that over and over and over, and that process took a minute. And yeah, that resulted in the 4 hours, and finally I realized okay, let's unplug everything and see what's going on, plug it in one by one, see what's an issue. Found it was that. Now we get to the giga shit. All right, this is peak shit right here. This is absolute, I was ready to die. There was a point where I was considering trying to reverse engineer this Nerf gun into a real one, so that way I could actually take myself off the senses. 100 emoji, straight up. I was trying to die. So I'm sure most of you know, because I literally did a massive post about it, but my YouTube got hacked. I have no idea how. basically, from what I understand, I don't know how this person really got into my like account in general. Mind you, I wasn't even like online at all. I was busy fixing this PC that is over here now, which the room's different because, you know, this thing is like a behemoth. I couldn't put it on this fragile piece of shit. But I was busy working on this PC because I was trying to fix the fan and then do the graphics card thing and fix all that. So this all happened while I was busy fixing this PC. It was like ridiculous. I get a tweet. Somebody messages me and is like, hey, I think your YouTube got hacked. And I was watching one of your videos and it just disappeared. So I sit there and I'm like, fuck are you talking about? I go on my phone and I see some dumb shit where my channel name has changed to like Arc something, and then it's about like financial investments into cryptocurrency. I shit you not, this is literally what happened. And mind you, this dumbass like got into my account. He did not remove me from the account at all, and I still had access to my email too. This guy was just like, oh, I'm in. I'm gonna just start fucking slapping it up in here. So I plug everything in, I get everything working, and I'm like speed running, plugging shit in, trying to get in and figure it out, like what's going on. I load up the PC, I get into my YouTube channel, and I'm watching this motherfucker upload videos to my channel. My channel didn't even have the decency to kick me out of my channel so I didn't have to look at that dumb shit. And as he's doing this, I'm like, fuck this guy. I'm deleting every single upload he's putting, because he's uploading multiple videos. I'm deleting every single one as I'm trying to fucking like sort this issue out, because I'm trying to beat him to the punch. This is where shit gets crazy, okay? As this is happening, I'm like tweeting out and trying to put community posts. Hey, if you see anything from this channel, do not do anything. Do not accept anything. Do not click any links, because this is not me. Like I was still putting community posts, like just ignore everything from my channel until you get a video, which is this right here. And this is where we're at. And I tweet at YouTube, and this is the part that kind of really hurts, because I've been on this platform 7 years. For those of you that, you know, are from BDO and only maybe have known me for a couple years, I've been here for 7 years straight up. I started a long time ago. This is my life's work. This is what I live for. Aside from the creation of my fucking 9-year-old son, this is the only thing I am fucking proud of when it comes to just me as a person. I am a lazy piece of shit garbage can and have trouble getting shit done, focusing, staying disciplined, and working at things. I am a horrible human being. Literally, I am horrible. And to have to sit here and watch 7 years of work burn in front of me while waiting for YouTube to help in any way, shape, or form. It was one of the most hard, it was the hardest thing to fathom, because I'm sitting here, I've given 7 years of my life to this company. They've taken revenue from me. They're taking like X amount of percent from me. And they have the audacity to just write, they tweet me back like 30-40 minutes later, and they're like, we're sorry to hear that. We'll send you a DM. What the fuck? They sent me a DM like 20 minutes later, and mind you, this guy managed, whoever hacked my YouTube channel, he managed to private every single one of my videos in a span of like 20 to 15 minutes. Mind you, I have almost 700 videos on YouTube, and it took me about an hour to unprivate them. Somehow he did that in a span of 20 minutes. Imagine if he deleted them. What would I have done? What would I have fucking done? I would have just been there without videos. All of that shit would have fucked me. While YouTube was spending about an hour just to get in contact with me, this guy could have actually dumpstered my whole fucking channel and just dusted everything. And again, keep in mind, I'm sitting here watching everything burn. It was awful. It was genuinely awful, and I felt like I just didn't mean shit to these people. Like I just meant nothing. Like I was just a number in the system. And I mean, I'm sure that's the hard truth, but you know, you tell yourself, nah, this company will take care of me, right? No, they won't. You get fucked. Good luck, dude. Good luck. Unless you're bringing in the big bucks and you're up there in the million subscribers where you get special contacts to the YouTube company and whatnot. You're lucky if they even bother with you. But the thing is, I'm too fucking big brain. This Dumbo didn't even realize that I was still logged into my shit. I checked my Gmail and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fuck this guy up. So I go ahead, log into the Gmail, right? And I'm sitting there. He eventually did log me out of my YouTube, and I'm like, oh hell no. So before he could log me out of my Gmail, I quickly created a recovery email. And then I was like, all right, cool. We got the recovery email. I've got two-factor authentication turned on again because somehow he turned it off. And as I was checking my logins and like to see if there was any kind of suspicious activity from like different area codes or different area logins, because you can check that in Google, this guy, I did not see his login anywhere. It just didn't show. It just showed my location over and over and over again. So somehow this dude spoofed his login into my shit. I don't know what the hell, but I've never seen anything like that. Granted, I'm not a hacker, man, so I don't know shit about that. But the fact that I couldn't see his device and where he logged in from and how it was just my logins kind of scared me. Anyway, in my big brainness, I again used the recovery email, and I was able to go ahead and revoke all privileges of every device except for the one that I'm on. And at that point, we fucking got him. He got kicked out. I changed the password immediately after I revoked all privileges. He must have been busy doing something else instead of examining things, and he got kicked out. And I was able to change the password really fast to a series of numbers and letters that I shit you not, I went on my keyboard and I just smashed on shit. And then I recorded it. I literally recorded it so that way I could slow it down and figure out what my password is. As of right now, I do not know what my password is. I can tell you it's about 5 seconds of random numbers and letters. I'm kind of fucking with you because I did, after I figured out what the password was, I did write it down, and like that's like on a physical piece of paper over there. Yeah, like that's how insane I was with this whole situation. So after kicking him out, I got my channel back. I was under control, and all of this didn't have YouTube's help at all. Didn't help me at all. They didn't do anything. They sent me a DM finally, and they were like, you need to fill out this form, or have you tried to contact our security team? They can help you out. I didn't even know that there was a security team for YouTube. You don't fucking tell me anything. There's literally nothing that specifies that is the process of this. The amount of support for creators and guides and tutorials and things that they have are just like abysmal, bro. Literally abysmal. I had no idea there was a security team. I had no idea that there was a process for this, that they could have helped with this at all. And instead, my first resort was to go to Twitter and tweet at them. If that doesn't tell you that I don't know shit about YouTube in terms of like how they can help me, I don't know what is. That is the one part that bothers the shit out of me, is I've been on this platform for 7 years and my only like form of contact to YouTube is going to Twitter. And after they tell me that, I'm like, okay, how do I get in contact with them? They send me a link. Where would I get this link outside of them DMing it to Twitter? Because I wouldn't know where to look for this. Like what do I type in? YouTube security team link? I'm not gonna think to type that into Google. After I'm like, okay, cool. I'll message them and whatnot. And then immediately afterwards, they send me a message saying it's going to take 24 hours before they contact you. That's when my like just heart sank into my fucking balls, dude. As I said, it took this guy 20 minutes to just get rid of my videos in terms of privating them. Could you imagine what he would have done in 24 hours? And I didn't have access to my account? If I didn't stop this guy, he could have done some serious damage by uploading some shit, posting links, pretending to be me, and getting people's information or anything. Like literally this guy could have like wreaked havoc on 24,000 people because that's how many subs I have. But that's the genuine truth. He could have literally pretended to be me, posted a link, and then like masked it as something, and he could have gotten IP addresses. He could have gotten, you know, credit card information. He could have like uploaded some kind of like, I don't know, freaky shit. How? I don't know. This guy's a maniac. Literally got into my account, spoofs his location to my location, and then somehow like fumbles the bag mid-hack. Like this guy's like a genius and also an idiot at the same time. It's crazy. But that's the shit that bothers me. Like the hacking situation, I mean, I couldn't have stopped it. I'm not a hacker, man. I mean, even though I did stop it, but like I couldn't have stopped it from like physically happening in the moment because I was doing some other shit. But like YouTube was just basically told me, good luck for the next 24 hours. And who knows what would have happened with the security team? Like who fucking knows? Like what? Like they could have messaged me and be like, "Hey, what's your issue?" And then I reply what my issue is, and I don't know when they're gonna reply to me. I have no idea when they're gonna get back in contact. This could have been a whole week process. I have heard massive horror stories when it comes to YouTube and like channels getting hacked and whatnot, and sometimes they don't get them back, or If you're a really big YouTuber, you'll get them back eventually, but it's like a hassle. Or if you're like one of the giga brain, like big YouTubers, then they just instantly like, well, they'll be like, yeah, yo, we're sending a tech guy to your house right now, all right? Roger, Bravo, Delta, you're on the way? Yes, sir. All right, Merry Christmas. And like, they'll get a private jet to you in 5 seconds. And yeah, there you have it. I out-hacked the hacker by knowing virtually nothing. Essentially, I just did a series of things really quickly before he could figure it out, and I got lucky. I got really lucky. It's been rough. It's been rough, guys. I'm not gonna hold you. It's been fucking rough since I got back. I had a great time in Boston, but since I've been back, it's a lot's weighing on me. A lot's weighing. But we keep going, you know? We keep pushing back to the grind. Hopefully, I can fix this OBS audio issue and I can get back into streaming, because that's a big reason why I haven't been streaming, is because the audio issue. The desync is so horrible that, like, you guys are gonna ask me something, I'm gonna reply like 40 minutes later because as the stream goes on, the audio delay gets worse and worse. It's really bad. It's really fucking bad. So that's a big reason why I haven't been streaming, is because of that. And I've done like the basic things like turn off device timestamps, the millisecond delays, or changing the audio properties. I've done the basic stuff that's out there. That's not the issue. The one piece of information that I do have is that for some reason, when I record in stereo, that's when the issue happens. But if I record in 7.1, then I have no issues. There's no delay. There's no track delay. There's nothing. It's perfectly fine, except for the fact that my audio sounds like I shit out a toaster and I started to talk through it. So yeah, I'm at a loss in that regard, but yet here we are. That's pretty much going to be the end of the video. Thank you for being patient with me. Again, we have the podcast coming Friday. Hopefully no bullshit happens between now and then, and I'm able to hop on and go through there. If not, I'm going to have to ask Guido to postpone it until whenever, and hopefully our guest will be able to meet accommodations if that were to happen. I think he will, but we'll see. But anyway, thank you guys again for being patient and keeping an eye on me. Appreciate it a lot. But that is going to be it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.